Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen's boss, Perry White. That's right, folks. Perry White got a book. Yep. It's funny. I like Fraction and Lieber. They are a great team. That Jimmy Olsen book was hilarious. And the fact that they said, no, we could tell a Perry story, that's impressive. A lot of people would be like, let's do Lois Lane. Nah, Perry White's a good one. Wasn't expecting this to be the book. But I gotta say, good for you for doing this. I never thought in my life we would get a Perry White-led book. Now, this does feel like a one-shot, and I think it might be. But if there's more, that's cool. Because it is a collection of stories that include Perry White from all over time. There is the one from Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen from 2019. There is the toughest newsboy in town, which is from Action Comics 461 from 1976. The Super Cigars of Perry White from Action Comics 436 from 74. Old Men Talking in Bars from the Superman 80-page giant from 2011. And an excerpt from Truth, which is from Superman number 18 from 2019. So yeah, it's just old stories. There's one new one that's actually kind of interesting. It's Perry White just watching the presses roll out the newspaper, and he talks about it every day, how the newspaper kind of changed when Superman showed up, where it started being like, Superman saves the city, Superman protects Metropolis, Superman saved us again, Superman stopped everything bad from happening, everything's great, Superman saved us all. And then he just remembers this one day, which is the day that he wrote this article, now they're sending it to print, was the day that Lex Luthor came up with this weird technology that protects humans. It's basically like, it feels like this harmless idea where if you have like human DNA in you, it's not going to harm you, but then everything else is going to get harmed by this technology. And because Superman is, of course, an alien, these robots made by Lex Luthor, they harm him because they are enhanced with K cells, which is a type of kryptonite, and they attack him. So Superman gets defeated by these robots, but then it's Metropolis that comes to save Superman, as the people of the paper and the people of the streets just come to save him. And you see, it's just cool. Like, everyone's saving Superman, keeping him safe from these robots and destroying them. And for the first time since publishing the papers, it does not say Superman saves Metropolis. It says Metropolis saves Superman. And that's really fun. Like, that is such a fun story. A quiet little idea to throw in there with Perry White that I kind of enjoyed seeing. And then the rest of it is stories you've seen before. So if you have read the Jimmy Olsen book, this is an excerpt from that where we see Perry tries to fire Jimmy, and he's like, "You do so much crazy shit, Jimmy. Like, we have an insurance claim for you. It's like the Olsen mitigation exclusion. Like, you are ruining this company and losing us money." And we see like a snapshot of all the things that Jimmy gets into that are bad for him. But we also learn through this that he's the only one who's making the company money because he does stuff online and he does videos and stuff. It's like, you're the future, kid. You just can't do it in Metropolis anymore. So we're going to send you on a mighty adventure that's going to last for a couple issues, and you'll go do that. Like, that's fun. It's a fun story. If you haven't read Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, it's definitely worth reading. Then we get an excerpt from the amazing exploits of Perry White in the toughest newsboy in town. Just kind of like a coming-of-age story where he's like, this is how I became who I am today. And it's cool, I guess. It's very 70s, so if you like that, it's in there. A lot of thought balloons that we don't really use anymore. You just see he kind of gets involved with the wrong people, fights back, and that's how he got the title he is today. Then we see the Super Cigars of Perry White, which is another small story. Gets magic cigars. You get it. He fights alongside Superman. Yeah, you get it. It's kind of cute. It's kind of funny. It's cool. It's fine. It is what it is. I don't really hate it. It's just a cute little story that's very 70s. And he just teams up with Superman to fight a guy in a big drill. Like, that's kind of fun. It's a concept, at least, so I can't hate it for that. Very, very interesting. We see that he keeps one cigar for emergencies, so that's kind of fun. And then we see the excerpt, Old Men Talking in Bars, which is just, hey, Perry White meets up with Ted Grant. I like both of these characters, so this was kind of fun to see. Just talking about, like, you know, their kids are off doing their own thing, not really living up to what their fathers want them to be, but hey, you have to respect your kid for doing something. And Perry admits that he saw Ted fight one time, and you're like, holy shit, is Perry younger than Ted when they look identical in age? Yes, that's the case. And we see a young Perry White watching a fight between Ted and some other boxer. Some guys break in to fight them. Get into a fight. We see that Perry stabs one of the guys trying to kill Ted. Ted comes in to save him. He's like, dude, you taught me so much that day. I respect the hell out of you for that. And they just connect and be like, you know what? Our sons are their own men. We can be here for them. But if they come back to Metropolis, that's on them, you know? It's kind of fun. It's a cute story. And it's kind of interesting, like, we haven't had that many Led Perry White stories because this is such a weird hodgepodge of just random crap. So cool, I guess. And then, of course, we get the story from Truth where Superman reveals his identity to Perry White. He just kind of like walks into his office and he's kind of nervous. And it's just the no dialogue panels where he's talking to Perry. He takes off his shirt to show the Superman logo and they hug. And that's where the book ends. And I'm like, okay, I thought this was going to be like a mini series about Perry White, but it's just kind of like one short story and a bunch of other Perry White stories. And I guess that's fine. I don't know if there is an audience for this because you kind of build it as one thing, or maybe I just didn't look into it enough to actually understand what I was getting into. But cool, I guess. It's kind of interesting. I enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed looking at an interesting look at Perry, so that's kind of fun. I'll commend it for that. It tried something. It did something with Perry that nobody else would think to do. So if this leads into more stories of Perry, I'm on board. I'm on board to see what they do. So, Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen's boss, Perry White. Issue 1, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. And thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.